Hi, this is a very quick video on the frequently asked questions that some people have asked, and I just want to run through these just in case you didn't have a chance to speak to the research team on the day. The first frequently asked question is, what is it? This is the headset. This is the microphone. The headset is a way of listening, and it's used for, initially it was used for professional cyclists so that they could wear it when they were cycling and they could still hear their trainer, but actually they had their ears or their ear holes open to be able to hear traffic noise and therefore be safe. So it's like sort of almost an extra pair of ears. The reason that this is useful is because it uses bone conduction, which means that it passes sound through the bones and just bypasses any fluid in the ear. It'll bypass any glue ear and just access the inner part of the hearing, which is often normal in children with glue ear. And your child will have been tested to have had normal underlying hearing. So the benefit from the headset, we hope, is that you won't have to turn it up too loud for the child. That will just access their naturally good hearing underneath the glue ear. Next question is, why do I have it? So we're giving these out to children between the ages of 3 to 6 years old who are have some fluid in the middle part of their ear, or the diagnosis of glue ear, and it's affecting their hearing and often their speech and language as well. So we are asking the question in our research, which is, will wearing this help children? We don't know the answer to this question, and so we'd be very grateful for any feedback that any of you have. I've been asked, when should the child use this? We're asking children to wear it for up to 4 hours a day. We are asking the children to wear it at times when they need to have good listening. Children with glue ear often struggle with any background noise, which includes car noises. So in a car, it's very useful for the child to wear it with the adult wearing the microphone in the front seat, because the child won't be able to see your face while you're driving, and also will have the background noise of the car. So that would be very good in the car, also for cycle rides. If your child has speech and language therapy, the speech and language therapist could use this as well. We have put in a teacher instruction leaflet into your pack that you can give to a teacher, so that you can encourage a teacher to wear this. Some teachers might not want to use them. It will be between you and your teacher. We're very happy to speak to any teachers who would like to know more about it and give them any further information that they would like. If some people want to use it at home, you can also pair it to a iPad or phone or computer and let the child play audio games on it or listen to audiobooks, and therefore get good enrichment of speech and language through that method. Next question is, how much does it cost? Well, this at the moment costs about £250. We hope that if the research shows that it's useful, that we might be able to bring that cost down, but we don't know that at all at the moment. At the moment it costs around £250. How long will my child have to wear it for? So what we're hoping is that if a child wears this, similar to when you might need, for example, to put on glasses because you need to read something. The thought is that perhaps if children have a bit of a hearing loss, that they can put this on to access good listening and good speech and language skills and good understanding. We would like children to use it as much as it helps them. As we say at the moment, if you could wear it to up to 4 hours a day, if that includes the teachers, that's great. If it doesn't and it's home life, that's also great. And your child can wear it for as long as they have HearGlueEar for, or as long as they find it useful. For some children it might be up until they have a grommet operation, and for other children it might be that their hearing gets a little bit better. They might get a cough or a cold and it gets a little bit worse again, at which point they might want to use it intermittently. So that's the idea. We'd like your child, if possible, to wear it for some time every day to see if we can see an effect when we retest your child in 6 to 10 months' time after the first appointment by the research team. The other question here is who wears the microphone. This can be anybody. It can be the adult, a parent, a speech and language therapist, a teacher, and it could be another sibling, but I think it just needs to be a sibling that you trust. The microphone has a middle button. Here, can you see at the moment that's doing a double flash, which means that the microphone is currently working through to the headset. If I press the middle button once, it'll go to a single flash. And that just is showing that it's now off. Flashes are quite useful to note on the microphones. What happens if my child doesn't like it? Don't worry. It'd be useful if you emailed us so we knew. It might be useful if you knew roughly how often your child wore it. It's nice to encourage children to wear things because, for example, for children who have permanent hearing losses, which is not the children that we're studying, but if a child did have a permanent hearing loss and needed to wear a hearing aid, children need some encouragement, particularly for the first 2 to 3 weeks, for wearing a hearing aid, and then will often get used to it. We hope that with this, the child likes wearing it because hopefully they sense a benefit. And if they don't like wearing it, maybe it's because they don't sense a benefit, and that's important for us to know. What happens if the school doesn't like using it? Please feel free to give them our website details and our email details, and I'm very happy to contact a teacher or a Senko or a head teacher and explain what we're doing, if that would help. Are there any negative impacts from wearing it? That's an important question. The only thing is that a child who wearing this doesn't need the volume turned up particularly. So as a rough rule of thumb, if it's a comfortable listening level for you when you put it on, then that's a good listening. And we hope that would be a roughly, and you don't have a hearing loss, then it would be roughly a good listening level for the child. The risks are that the child presses the volume and over amplifies their hearing and puts it on too loud. Most children don't like listening to anything too loud, but if that happens and your child's been fiddling with the volume button and you're not sure about it, then what we say is to go right up with the plus volume, so that you are, if you can see that plus, go right up with the plus button until you're right up to the top. I'm just going to have to listen to it. And then it'll do a very high pitched beep, or it'll tell you when you get to the very top that the battery is high, because it's a way of telling you how charged it is. So then you can then click the negative button down at 6 points, 6 to 7 points we say. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that tends to be the right listening level and won't damage your child's hearing, particularly within the 4 hours that we've set. We will have a separate video about, someone said, how do you connect the headset to an audiobook or an iPad, via an iPad or an iPhone. We will have a separate video to show you how to connect that. Why are we doing this research was one question. We're doing the research because we treat children with HearGlueEar well at the moment, and we are wondering if we can do it better. during the watchful waiting period, so during the period where we know that a child's hearing level is poor, and then we wait for a while until we do another hearing test. And for some children that's a long period of waiting, and we wonder if we can help them with their hearing and speech and language skills and social communication skills in that period of time. So that's why we're doing it at the moment. I think that's plenty for a video. Please feel free to contact us if you need to. Everything is on the HearGlueEar website. Thanks.